What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I know I am super late with this review. I know I haven't reviewed the last three episodes of Family Empire. It's been a lot over here on the channel, so that's why I'm behind. But we are here today, you guys, to talk about Family Empire. This is season one, this is episode 7, but I will do a little bit of talking about episode 5 and 6 because I didn't watch those episodes. But before we do get into the review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about Family Empire Houston, shall we? All right, guys. So, like I said, I just watched episodes 5, 6, and 7 today. So my thoughts and opinions are fresh. So it's not like I waited, watched last week, the week before, and the week before that, right? So what I will say is episodes 5 and 6, I like them. The things about episode 5 and 6, right? There was an episode where Nicole and Larry sat down with, talking about adoption. I'm definitely a big proponent for adoption as I was adopted myself. So I'm a big proponent for it. It's definitely something that I've even thought about. So listening to them talk about that was good and helpful for me. Um, Listening to them talk about this pitch, I still have my feelings about the land, but we did see as I can't remember which episode it was, but we saw Nicole sit down with Granny Oscarine, right? At the hoedown. That was episode 5. That was episode 5 when they said it was episode 5 and it led into episode 6. I like the fact of the whole thing of building rent houses, but also building lease houses, building rent houses, also building, homes that you would purchase right out, right? But I do think that come with its own set of issues. I think that can come with its own set of issues. People renting and versus people buying, because in most neighborhoods, you don't have. I mean, unless it's an older neighborhood, but even older, even then, you don't see too many rent houses next to houses that people own. So I mean, I like the idea. I'm now more so on board. Excuse me, y'all. I'm now more so on board with them and the whole let's just build the homes on there. But then when Jaquita and Jamisha sat down with the Sheltons and they realized that with them building the houses, they're gonna make the same amount of money that they would if they were to sell the property. So you just got to think about what's the best idea, right? Then episode 6, this is where we get into the kerfuffle that happens in this episode. So we start to get deeper into the situation with um Nicole's and Monet's mom and their dad, and then Keisha's mom, right? Now, initially, I was thinking maybe it was a situation where he had an extramarital affair, but listening to it, he didn't have an extramarital affair. What it is was Bubba was just out there talking to two women at the same time, having relations with both women unprotected, and both of them got pregnant around the same time. The difference is Keisha was born in, I believe, April, and Nicole was born in January. So it was a thing of he couldn't keep. He was talking to two different women. I don't know if he was playing both of them, or if it was just a situation of he was trying to see who he liked more. I don't know what it is, but the issue lies squarely on Bubba. But ultimately, Keisha has been affected by this, and I really honestly felt bad for Keisha in this episode, in episode 7. And so that's what we're going to talk about right now, just episode 7. So they had this crawfish boiled at Jamisha's house, right? Now, they were all screaming over each other, so I don't know how anybody heard what anybody was saying because everybody was literally screaming and talking over one another. And also, if you guys want to get down in the comment section and discuss episode 5 and 6, we can. I don't have a problem with that. But yeah, in this, they were all screaming over each other. And ultimately, what I got from this, because this is coming from episode 6, where Joy, who is Nicole and Monet's mom, was basically saying that one of his sisters should have been minding her own business in her own household. Talking about Jamisha and Jaquita's mom, and I have some feelings about that because for you to say that that was for him to do, for him to reach out and for him to pick up his daughter, but the problem is she was 7 years old. So when was he going to ever reach out and pick up his daughter? Because it's given that he never was. It's given that he was complacent or he was trying to make you happy. And I think it's the latter, that he was trying to make you happy by not rocking the boat. But I'm gonna say my 2 cents on this because and this is not to be disrespectful or rude to anybody, but I don't understand how Joy could lay down with this man every night and even marry him, knowing full damn well that he had a child that was out there that he wasn't doing anything for. Now you can say, well, he said, and he did say in this episode that he was paying child support, but child support is not all that a kid doesn't need just financial support. They need emotional support. That's also a part of it. Like, oh, listening to him talk, and then for him to say that she didn't have to accept her. Let me say this: I'll agree with him. You're right. She didn't have to accept her, but if she chose to be in a relationship with you and marry you, then she needed to accept Keisha because she's a part of you. Ooh, that scene just really pissed me off. And that's why I say, God don't like ugly. That's why you missing some teeth, sir, and some of your other teeth are brown. But that's almost on that. So then he also told one of his sisters that you should have had kids. What does her having kids have to do with her picking up her niece? And then also saying that they shouldn't have went and picked up Keisha. Well, sir, you weren't going to do it, so who the fuck else was going to do it? Like you, oh God. When I tell y'all that scene, just it threw me for a loop. It threw me for a loop. And Nicole just basically just said, Keisha's not going anywhere. I like the fact that Nicole stood up for Keisha in this particular moment because and here's the thing that I will say also. I get where Keisha and not Keisha, but Nicole and Monet are coming from, right? When it comes to their mom, they want to defend their mother, but right is right and wrong is wrong at the same time. And this is also coming from somebody who is, I'm in the same boat as them. I'm black, I'm Southern, and I'm from Texas. So we don't typically talk. We don't. Growing up, you don't really question the adults, right? But as you get older, you learn. You as a kid, you learn right from wrong. Excuse me. And as you get older, you really start to see some things that happen and be like, that one right that you did this, or this one right that you did that, and you can call it out in a respectful way. Like when it comes to their mother, you don't have to be disrespectful to your mama. You don't have to cuss your mama out. But you could have, but you can say to your mom, like, Mama, like, how could you even entertain that? Like, I know some of that you probably did for us, but that's not right because we've with Keisha probably feels alienated and unwanted and unloved. So I would literally question my mom if that had ever happened. Because I would ask her, like, how could you literally lay in a bed with the man every night, sleep with that man, not in the biblical sense, just literally sleep with him, right? Sleep in the same bed with him, eat dinner with him, any of that stuff, knowing there's another child out there that he ain't even acknowledging exists. And then I had a problem when they said that the girl couldn't even come to Joy's house. It's like, but what did she do to you? Your issue is not with Keisha. Your issue is not even with her mama. Your issue is with Bubba. Like, you should have an issue with him. He's the one that did wrong in his whole entire ordeal. He was talking to two women, obviously, at the same time. Like I said, having unprotected sex with both women. Both women ended up getting pregnant. Y'all's issue was never with each other. It was always with him. But then as a result, Keisha, and honestly, I feel like if Keisha's mom had given birth first, then it could have been the reverse with Nicole. Like I something about that daddy just kind of rubs me the wrong way, but it is what it is. We're gonna move on, you guys. So after that, we see a scene with Nicole and Larry, and Nicole is telling Larry what happened at the crawfish boil because Larry left because he felt uncomfortable. And I actually wish he had stayed there with Nicole, especially when Nicole broke down. I wish he had stayed there with her. But and she told him that. She told him that. And then that was really pretty much it with them. Then we moved over to Caramel and to Keisha. Caramel was pretty much like me because I was flabbergasted at the thought that daddy said that he paid child support. Like, sir, that's not all that it takes to raise a kid. But some niggas think that if you think that, you're 100% mistaken. 100% mistaken. Um, but Keisha, not Keisha, but Caramel asked Keisha, will she talk to him? She said at some point, but she's not. I think she wants him to feel the way that she's felt, right? And then she also talked about the fact that Nicole checked on her after, the crawfish boil, and she appreciated that. So then after that, we see Jermisha and Jaquita, so they went to go check on Nicole, right? And they both talked about the fact that Nicole. They both talked about the way that Nicole was there for Keisha, and Jaquita asked her about the comment that she made that Keisha's not going anywhere. And she said that she was just saying that in case people were doing that because things took Keisha because of her. And I will say, I don't think that the things that have been done to Keisha is because of you. I really just think it's because of a dude dirt ass nigga. Let's just be real about the situation. And it goes back to my point that I said earlier. I still, for the life of me, just don't understand how their mother could be with a man like that. A man that is avoiding his responsibilities. Like, I don't understand any woman, any woman that can be with a man that neglects a child that you created. The kid didn't ask to be here, right? I even understood exactly what Keisha meant when she said that sometimes she wishes she never knew anything about the Bradens, because that's how I feel about, one side of my family. There'd be times that I wish, I'm like, oh, I wish I never knew about these people, right? Because sometimes people, and I know sometimes people can disappoint you, right? So I absolutely understood where she was coming from. Now, here's the thing where I will say that Nicole kind of lost me at was when Nicole was saying that her dad was caught off guard. He wouldn't have had to be caught off guard if he did the right thing by his daughter. I don't think he would have been caught off guard. That's just my personal opinions. But I want you guys to definitely tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. So then they also talked about the pitch that they're going to be having. And Jamisha just wants to know, is Jaquita, not Jaquita, but Nicole with the G2s, and she was like, I'm with the G2s, but ultimately Granny is gonna do what Granny wants to do, right? So that's that. And then after that, we see Jamisha. So she went to her cousin Travis, to look at a property. It's a duplex, right? I think what she was saying is like one half of it is like, I guess he would want to live in, and the other half he would rent out. That's kind of similar to that storyline on Sisters and the team up with Zach, how he lives in part of the house and he rents the other half of it out to Deja. Get your money. I'm all here for black people getting, doing the same thing that the other people are doing, right? I'm all about us creating wealth for ourselves, generational wealth as well as wealth. I'm all here for it, right? The duplex was nice, but I did notice that area that they was in. I was like, "Ooh, this don't look like the best neighborhood in Houston." I was like, "This don't look like the best neighborhood," and the cousin even mentioned that, right? But that's that. And then to wrap the episode up, you guys, we got to the pitch. Now they've reworked this pitch because remember earlier I said, because in the previous episode they would have only made like $840,000, which is a little bit less than what they could sell the land for. So they reworked the pitch, and I knew when that man said 5 years, I knew that would probably be an issue or a point of contention for the grandmother, and it was, you guys. So we'll see how it plays out in next week's episode, because next week is the season finale. Well, this Friday is going to be the season finale of Family Empire Houston. I have really enjoyed this show. I do hope it gets a second season. I would like to see how things play out, especially with the land. I've enjoyed the girls. But yeah, you guys, let me know what you guys thought. Sorry that these videos are late, but life has been, life has been life, and as well as these shows have been, these schedules just been all over the place. But yeah, you guys, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Please turn on your post notifications, share the video, and until the next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, you guys, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So this Friday, like I said, it's the season finale. So my goal is to have it up by late Saturday afternoon. That is my goal with this. So now don't hold me to it, because things could change. Things can change. But hey, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.